at Metlife Stadium between the Giants and Texans. And unlike the Jacksonville game you saw unfold in a 10-point difference, there is no rain here, and the quarters are only going to be 6 minutes, so 4-minute difference between the Jacksonville game and this game. And later today, you'll see the football team and Seahawks go first, and then the Ravens and Eagles will follow that. If you like this, make sure to like and sub. It'll help me out in the future. And without further ado, let's get things started here in East Rutherford, New Jersey on this fine Saturday morning. We saw the Jacksonville game kick off on Friday. It ended on Saturday. This game's going to start on Saturday and end on Saturday. We are underway. Here's the return now for the Texans. And what was a shocker is that Minnesota has to do a hat draw with the Bucks to determine who gets home field advantage. So even though the Minnesota Vikings lost, they could still get home field advantage. And even though the Bucks lost, they could still get home field advantage. Meanwhile, Jacksonville will play Miami next week at TIAA Bank Field. Here's the first play of the game by Watson that's intercepted.
James Bradbury.
And as mentioned in the other game, Xfinity Racing later today, so it's a day filled with sports. That's the dash for $500,000 at the Rover. So different from the truck race last night, which was supposed to be on the oval. And there's Saquon Barkley with a run, catch and run. The trucks were on the oval. Xfinity and Cup will be on the road course layout. Sunday is the All-Star race, which is tomorrow for Cup. So very excited to watch that. Meanwhile, let's get things focused here. Daniel Jones to Golden Tate for the first down and 10.
That's good for a Giants.
So less time, but we've seen some pretty high-scored games with less time. And here in the Summer League, time varies depending on game and time of day in IRL. So you got to see 2 primetime games.
A gain of 21 more yards. That's another Giants first down.
And that's intercepted by the Texans, so they take it right back the other way. Jones with the tackle. Nice job by the QB. He threw the interception, gets the returner down immediately.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And we saw a slow start like this in the Jacksonville game. They'll eventually get on track as that's batted away and incomplete.
Watson's pass, intended for Brandon Cooks, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Watson takes the snap, pass delivered, that's Fuller.
Watson's pass, complete to Will Fuller. A gain of 30. First down, Texans.
And that was almost intercepted as that's batted away and incomplete.
Intended for Will Fuller. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throws that under pressure. It's hauled in and intercepted. I almost said complete, but it was actually intercepted by the Giants. And with 3:31 to go in the first,
the Giants take over.
Giants have the ball. And yes, time really does fly by that fast with less time. Meanwhile, Barkley with a big run, and this is going to go for a touchdown. He is gone. 20, 10, 5, hurdles into the end zone for the touchdown. So Giants off to a good start. We already seen one New York team win, and that was the Jets the other day. Could we see the Giants win here tonight and both New York teams get a win?
Makes the score Giants 7, Texans nothing.
So Giants 7-0.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Here's the kickoff.
The Texans take over first and 10. At their
First
own
and 10, that's
25-yard
Holmes you see running there. Texans get the ball right back. Oh, that's going to be an illegal forward pass. I think he not crossed, that's totally a word, crossed the line of scrimmage before he threw it. And yes, that is an illegal forward pass. So that'll be 2nd and 14, so a loss of 4 yards. Snap taken, pass, incomplete, almost picked, and we've played about 3 minutes of the first quarter.
Incomplete. Coverage defensively by Logan Ryan.
Watson fakes the handoff. And that's batted away and incomplete.
Brian
So the Texans off to a really slow start here. First time they've gone a punt in this whole entire game. And you already saw Saquon Barkley score on them in just seconds. So if they're not careful, that was Jamal Peppers.
At the 33-yard line.
But anyway, with the Daniel Jones touchdown, and he even juked that guy for a 33-yard rush, and they're already up 13-0.
Giants.
This one may, if the Texans can't get anything going, this game may go by really slow. There was one play 33 yards and a touchdown. There's 6-minute games that fly by fast, and there's 6-minute quarter games where teams keep scoring, so it goes by slow, and there's 6-minute games where you see them drop passes and the other team scores, and that slows time down.
At their own
2:37 to play in the first. So you're seeing 2 different runners out of 2 different positions rush on the Texans and get a touchdown out of it. One was a bigger gain than the other, but still pretty impressive that a QB ran 33 yards for a touchdown.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
And Watson ran for 12 yards
a gain of 12.
And a first down.
First down, Houston.
See, here's the deal. If you're at least going to drop catches, you should probably at least figure out a way to keep that clock rolling by running the ball.
Pass, complete
even if you
Duke
don't
Johnson.
score.
A gain of 12. And the Texans first down.
Watson. And like we mentioned, this game will be quicker than a 10-minute game. Because it's
Duke
4 minutes different. It's a 4-minute difference between 10-minute quarters and these 6-minute quarters.
And the Texans,
as mentioned before, we have games that are 6-minute quarters, and we have games that are 4-minute, or not 4-minute quarters, 10-minute quarters.
Pass complete to Brandon Cooks. First
and that
goal,
takes them
Houston.
to the 1-yard line, so at least they're in contention to score some points now. He pushed his way into the end zone for the Houston score, and they get on the board 6-14. 33 seconds to play here in the first.
Taimi Fairbairn lining up for the extra point.
Fairbairn for the extra point. He knocks it through, and it's good.
The kick is good.
7-14 now.
Makes the score
5 plays, 75
14.
yards, and a touchdown.
Texans 7.
And a lot of players, this will be their final summer league start for a certain team. They'll either be going to a different team or retiring. Drew Brees, obviously one of the players retiring. Julian Edelman is another player retiring. And then you got J.J. Watt going to a different team, which is the Cardinals. And you got a lot of these good players where you're going to be looking at, like, what the next summer league season and even an IRL. And there's an interception by the Texans. So what a way to take advantage there.
Intercepted by the Texans. They'll take over first and 10.
First and 10 from their opponent, from the opponent 37. They run, the clock will roll. That's Johnson. And anytime you run the ball, even if you don't get a gain or lose yards, that clock rolls. Just like a sack, that clock rolls. Even a catch, a completed catch, that clock rolls. And that won the first quarter, so 7-14 after one.
With the score,
Giants lead.
14, Texans 7.
And Texans really want to go home, so because they lost their preseason game against the Lions, that's the only reason why they're here on the road. And if you're new to watching this, how this works is if you lose a game, you have to go on the road. If you win, you get home field advantage. If both teams lose that play each other the next week, there's a touchdown, but that play each other next week, then there's a hat draw. If both teams win that play each other next week, the first team to win gets the home field advantage.
His kick is good.
So 4 plays, 37 yards, and a touchdown to tie the game.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And if you're new to this, there's different rules than a regular IRL NFL season. Instead of 17 weeks, we'll now 18 weeks of football in IRL. There's only 10 weeks, and then we have the playoffs. That goes all the way to the conference. And instead of calling it the Pro Bowl, we call it the All-Star Game. And instead of calling it the Super Bowl, we call it the National Championship. Summer League National Championship. And what a catch there by Shepard. That's going to go for a touchdown. The Bills won the National Championship by beating the Falcons 48-41 in 2019 in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field. And the Lions did it last year by beating the Giants here 58-32 at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to win the second annual national championship. And the Lions are your defending champions. This year's national championship game will be settled at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee, home of the Tennessee Titans. And next year's will be settled at Heinz Field,
on the return,
home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we'll go back to Pennsylvania next year. I believe I said U.S. Bank Stadium, but I decided to make it another outdoor stadium and then go to another enclosed stadium. So if I did say that, we're going to go to Heinz Field next season, and then the next season after that, we'll go to U.S. Bank Stadium. Watson takes the snap, delivers the pass, it's caught, that's Fuller. So the Giants are up 21-14 after a quick score off a running catch, and we burned about 2 minutes in the second quarter.
At the 38-yard line.
And like I mentioned, if you're just now tuning in, this game is going to seem shorter. That's because instead of 10-minute quarters like the Jacksonville game or other games, it's 6-minute quarters here. We only do 6-minute and 10-minute quarters here in the Summer League, so we don't do 15-minute quarters. So that's another difference between an IRL season.
A gain of 9 yards.
Or
first down, Texans.
Any season. We do 10-minute and 6-minute quarters. 6-minute depends on the amount of time I have for a game, and 10-minute, or if I've played 10-minute games already, sometimes it gets boring playing consecutive long games like with 10-minute quarters for me, so I play 6-minute. Now Watson. Nice catch by Fuller. He tries to get the first down. Is about a yard short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That will bring us to the
30-yard line.
Actually, no, they'll get one more play. To the end zone, looks like it's going to go. He catches it for the touchdown, and that's the 2-minute warning. So, before we go to the 2-minute warning, we'll see a PAT.
The kick is good.
7 plays, 80 yards. That's the 2-minute warning.
21 apiece.
So we're tied at 21. And if this game continues to go back and back like this, we could see a potential overtime before this evening is done. We only have 2 teams, though, out of the whole 32 that have had a draw, that tied. They are 0-0-1. And that is the Saints and Panthers.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
So, if this game continued to go neck and neck like this and went to overtime and they still weren't able to score, and the game finished like that, then these guys would be, that would make it 4 teams to go, and that's Slayton, not Shepard. I said Shepard earlier, that's actually Slayton. And that's a 77-yard touchdown he just got. Here's the PAT attempt.
Graham Gano on for the extra point.
And the Giants have got to stop the Texans now.
The kick is good.
28-21, 1 play, 77 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, they have got to stop the Texans now to avoid a potential threat of overtime. Because you don't want them to continue to make the game neck and neck like this. Because usually when they make it neck and neck, then that's when you go out there knowing, okay, we got to score so we break this tie. And then a mistake happens, and then all of a sudden you're down like 7, 14, 21 points. One mistake can wreck it all. Just like a fancy slogan, one text can wreck it all. So don't ever text me up.
Watson's pass complete to Duke Johnson.
In life, you should always live by that slogan.
And the Texans
not just one text can wreck it all, but one mistake can wreck it all.
Watson's pass intended for Will Fuller. Incomplete.
Like for an example,
it's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
If your job is to manufacture a TV, and you make a mistake, and then somebody buys that TV and it blows up, like after a day, and what I mean by blow up is it breaks, then that could wreck it for not only them people, but that could wreck it for you and the company, because then people are going to stop showing interest in that company. Anyway, let's get back to football-related things here, and he gets that. He gets a first down out of that with 49 seconds to go till halftime.
Johnson. A gain of 3 on the play. 1st down, Texans.
Watson with a run here. I don't think he got the... Oh, they do score him a first down. Okay.
Watson on the keeper.
They don't need to really do anything too weird here by throwing a deep pass.
Houston.
I mean...
Watson on the keeper. He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
And they weren't able to kick the field goal in time to make it a 4-point game. That takes us to halftime, 21-28.
A 54-yard attempt. That's the end of the first half.
Here we go. So 12 minutes total on this game remaining.
Texans 21.
We're going to get the third started now. Third quarter underway. We played 3 seconds in it.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
We pretty much would be done with the first quarter. Probably just about done with the second quarter if this was a 10-minute game. But instead, we are cruising on through because this is a 6-minute quarter game. And Jones with another
down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Jones. Tate. I don't think he has a touchdown here tonight.
That's good for a Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And if you're a player, you want to go out there and get at least one touchdown in a game. It's not mandatory that each player gets a touchdown each week, but you want that's your goal.
On the keeper.
Go out there and get at least one touchdown or assist and a score.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 35-yard line.
Well, as of right now, speaking of Winter League sports, as I mentioned earlier,
Jones pass.
In case some of you have forgotten, if you watched those two games,
a gain of 6.
The East Championship went to the Tigers. They're your defending MLB champions. And the West Championship went to the Warriors. They are your defending champions for basketball. And they will be heading into the season next season.
New York Giants.
And just like last season, it will be split into two halves.
Goal to go.
So not all the teams will play at once like this league. Jones hopping into the end zone for the score. It will be split in half.
Touchdown Giants.
And 7 teams from each half can make the playoffs for a total of 14 playoff teams.
The kick is good.
To fight it out for the West and East Championship. That's the same for MLB too.
21. Graham Gano set to kick off.
And just like it was last season, the playoffs are single elimination, not the best of 4. So there is some changes in those sports too. There's the return to the 30, and that's where Watson will go to.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And Watson with a run, he's done a lot of these tonight.
Watson on the keeper.
35-21. Maybe the Texans should have got a little crazy in the second.
Yards. And the Texans first down.
But it's okay because they got the rest of the third quarter to get down the field and score and make it 28-35, and they got the fourth quarter.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 10. First down, Texans.
Well, the Giants took full advantage of it. They got down the field, scored, made it 21-28. And now that they kicked off at the beginning of the game, they actually got the ball to start the second half and made it 35-21.
2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Geez, another score out of New York, and this game be in the 40s. And there's an interception there. Threw it under pressure. And usually when you're under pressure, it's kind of hard to see who's open and who's not.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Jones takes the snap. Saquon Barkley, who had a very large
Jones pass
touchdown.
Complete to Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 8.
Still running.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
He must eat his wheeze every day. Oops. Daniel Jones decided not to hand it off to Saquon and run it himself.
That's good for the Giants. First down.
Daniel Jones, all these
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He should be a halfback or running back or even fullback instead of being QB. But no, he's a good QB filling in for Eli Manning, who I think is retired in IRL. We're about to.
Jones pass complete to Saquon Barkley. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
I think it's a good idea to let a young guy like Daniel Jones play, because it's the only way young guys like him can get better.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And that ends the 3rd. So we're off to the 4th.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play.
So
with the score Giants 35, Texans 21.
Tied at 14 in the second. Outscored 7-0 in the 3rd for a total of 35-21 as we get the 4th and final quarter in New Jersey. dropped in the end zone, and that would have
Jones
been a
pass,
touchdown.
intended for Darius Slayton.
So this game will
Incomplete.
not be going into the 40s yet if they make this.
Graham Gano on for the field goal.
Shot.
A 54-yard attempt.
It is good. That makes it 38
The
to
kick
20.
is good.
So even if
Makes the
even
score
if the Texans
Giants
scored
38,
twice, they would still
Texans
need
21.
to either win or
Graham
tie the
Gano
game.
set to kick off.
So it's a 3-score game in the fourth with 5:50 to play. I remember when we first started this, we started late in the summer, so we just made every game seem
on the return.
until we got down
The
to
Texans
final
take over
13.
first and 10 at their own
And
28-yard
then
line.
last year was the actual full season. And then this year, we have a full season again. We started in May, took a break due to us being
Watson's
busy.
pass, intended for Will Fuller.
And now
Incomplete.
the other night,
Jabril
that one
Peppers
night,
on the coverage.
whichever night we started back up, is when we got back underway. Watson with the lead. And
Watson on the keeper.
To the 46
He was brought down by James Bradbury. A gain of 18 on the play.
Quick,
First
and now
down,
at this
Houston.
point in the game, you're going to want to do some onside kicks. Now, since you only have, you don't want to make plays like that, but since you only have, what I was about to say is, since you only have 6 minutes each to try to get the most points,
Watson's pass, intercepted.
you want to do that onside
The Giants
kick.
take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Saquon Barkley still running this thing.
Number 26, Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier, taken down at the 41.
Especially
A
because you never
7-yard
know, the
pickup
Giants
brings
can
up
score
second
again.
and 3.
There's Shepard with a catch and run to the 31.
That's good for a
Anyway, what I was about to
Giants
say is
first
that
down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 41, Mike, go.
Here's Saquon Barkley again. Is that you want to do that onside kick at this point in the game.
Saquon Barkley, the ball
Especially because you
carrier.
never know what could happen.
He was brought down
Giants
at the
here,
26.
especially with them being
It's a
close
gain
to
of
the red
5.
zone.
Brings
Even
up
in field goal
second
range,
and
they can kick
5.
another field goal and make this 20-point game.
Barkley again the ball carrier. That's a gain of 3. It's
2 yards
third
shy of the
and
red zone.
1.
I think he just decided to run out
Jones
of
on the
bounds
keeper.
Fourth and inches.
A gain of 1. It's fourth down and less than a yard.
And the coach wants him to go for it. It's less than a yard, but I think at this point in the game, just
Graham
take the 3
Gano on
points.
for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Makes it a 20-plus game and 257. So
The kick is
the
good.
Texans will get a chance
Makes
to
the
try to
score
make a
Giants
comeback.
41.
But now at
Texans
this point, if you score
21.
for the Texans, you need to do onside kick, recover it.
Graham
go down
Gano
and score.
set to kick
Onside
off.
kick, recover it, go down and score. Onside kick, recover it, go down and score. And that would make the game 42-41. Or if they miss the extra point, 41-41.
Kiki
They could even
QT
go
on the
for
return.
a
The
2-point
Texans
to
take
make it a
over
2-point
first and
game.
10 at their own 26-yard line.
And incomplete on his first throw.
Watson's pass intended for Will Fuller. Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Watson looking deep, and Fuller hauls it in. He's in field goal range, but they're not looking for a field goal. At this point in the game, you are not looking for a field goal, especially because now you're about to have only 2 minutes to make a move. He stays on his feet, whips it to the end zone. It's incomplete. At least now that it's incomplete, he has
intended for Will Fuller.
6 seconds
Incomplete.
before the 2-minute warning
Jabril
to make
Peppers
a move.
on the coverage.
And he lets it rip. He's not in the end zone, and that will go to the 2-minute warning.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
He is at the 1 before he was stopped, and that was before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go.
Now, like I mentioned, right here, right now, and there's a touchdown. So this is where you're
Watson's
going to
pass complete
maybe
to
go
number
for a
18,
two
Randall
or kick a
Cobb.
field goal.
Touchdown,
and this is
Houston.
where you want to do an onside kick.
Kaimi Fairbairn lining up for the extra point.
Fairbairn kicks the extra point. Makes
The
it
kick is
28 to
good.
41.
Makes the score Giants
And if you're
41,
the Giants, you want to try to recover this
Texans
onside
28.
kick.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for
Pass
Houston.
10 yards before they can touch it. Here it is. It's out of bounds, so that means that automatically goes to the Giants.
Kicking team.
And now the Giants can just run this clock out. So from their own 42-yard line, a couple of first downs, and kneels, and this one should be over.
Number 26, Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier.
Yeah, you're going to
He
want
was
to get
brought down
first
at the
downs. That way it
45-yard line.
denies any
It's a pickup of 3.
opportunity for the
Brings up second
Texans to
and
make a
7.
comeback. Saquon Barkley, and he's stopped.
Saquon Barkley on the carry. He was tackled at the 46-yard
Now
line.
here's where you
A
want to go.
1-yard gain brings
Here's
up
where you wanna
3rd
try to
and
throw.
6.
Golden Tate with a catch. And a nice run. And he's 62 seconds to go in the
That's
fourth.
good
and he's
for
out
a
of bounds.
Giants.
The
First
30
down. First and 10 at the
territory, so now they can
31-yard
just go
line.
back to running. Don't really need another touchdown.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
And I think as long as they get another first down, New York has escaped with a win.
Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The way it was looking, he looked like he was going for the end zone.
That's good for a Giants. First
Still has
down.
26 seconds. And they're on
First
the
and 10
line.
at the 12-yard line.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Stopped at the 9, and then we'll do it.
Saquon Barkley on the carry.
28, the front.
Tackle made at the 9-yard
So
line.
Texans will have to be on
Tonight's
the road
final
for
score,
whoever they
Giants
play
41, Texans
next
28.
week. And nice game played by the Giants, so both the New York teams have won, and they both get home field advantage next week. Now, hopefully the wheel does not determine that they are playing each other, because if that happens, then we'll have a color rush game where they wear their color rush jerseys. But that will do it for me. New Jersey, so long, everybody. See you later today.